قدرت شلون؟ ولا شايفين شيء. يعني انتوا كلكم وقفتوا قدام الحبايب. شو بلدنا؟ شو استفدنا؟ شو استفدنا؟ اللي حطونا هون حطونا هون لازم وصل كم
because nobody can shoot in anything. So I think we got to pull this press back and doing this press. What they can't, I mean, they're all private officials in the middle. Can we ask everybody to step off to the side for each exhibit that they're asking?
الجايبين شو بدنا نسوي احنا هيك؟ ايش نسوي؟ شكرا.
بوينت بعد ما كده مدري مين مهمين. لا بس شفتين مع البروجكت.
There is nothing in here. مش معكم بود؟ ما أنا معي بود.
ويتكلم احنا.
برضه كمان.
ايه خلي هو.
ورا. يعني المصورين هذول اللي منطقة راح تقدر مسافر. شو ما نسوي؟
هم استفادوا هناك احنا حنستفيد هنا. لا بس بدي اخذ 1 2 3 4.
vision. بحاول اخذ يعني صورة
هي قيمة الاستثمار كم؟ هم 60 مليار الحين جديدة؟ عاجل؟
Guys, excuse me.
No.
Excuse me.
Please.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me, تمشي معه. لا ما بزبطش.
كل هيك يطلع تعال فوق كمان مثل الحل.
Full camera, CBS full camera, come in front.
CBS, where are you?
He's coming.
10 seconds, I'll make it.
Right here, right here. Make room, please. Come on in. Good morning. All right, so
So this is very interesting on healthcare, and if you could take it away.
Yes, sir. To pick up on my colleague Dr. Thomas now about energy. In the UAE, we change the formula of Einstein of E equals to mc squared, E equals to I. Energy equals to intelligence. And last night, you unveiled an amazing project, the largest intelligence factory to be built outside the United States. And we believe the best use case of intelligence, AI, is in healthcare. As much as we follow our colleague Elon Musk going to the outer space, we believe the inner space of humanity need to be better. And that's why healthcare is so critical. It's a long one. Here's a brief overview of what we need to do in Abu Dhabi already. Together with our national companies, we want to promote intelligence and systems. Intelligence is no cost, and better, equal access to all. We have linked all the hospitals and ecosystem of healthcare into the providers, patients, and payers in a single network. So all the data is in one single place, no paperwork, everybody is wherever we go. We already are applying AI from medical to documentation across all hospitals in the UK. And 4.5 billion members of clinical and insurance records are consolidated. Most importantly, we have the largest genetic database in the world, almost 1 million sequences.
So this is going to make a tremendous difference on health. You're just going to find out what's wrong with somebody a lot quicker.
100%. You know, we invented a large language model. It unlocked the secret of human thinking and computation. Now we build a large biology model. Because our biology is different language, English, Russian, any other language. This is the new AI platform with our American partners.
I was just going to introduce Cleveland Clinic this year. And the gentleman from Oracle is representing Larry Ellison as well. And the man there is he's a great guy, great man. And you have the best partners. And again, they're working here for the U.S. companies, and it's all ultimately coming back to the U.S., and they'll be doing even bigger versions of this. This is a real pioneering thing. So many good things that could come out of AI, but most of you haven't seen yet. But the number of plants being built in the United States is at a level that nobody can even imagine. And big ones, right? The really big ones. And what we showed last night was fantastic. It was great honor. With a great leader of this country. Would you like to say something?
Yes, Thomas Adams from Cleveland Clinic. I'm the president of the accomplished together here. Emirates. But you can see here, since 2008, there was just a small island, and there's in 2025, this is a Cleveland clinic in Abu Dhabi.
Some difference.
Yeah. 4 million square foot facility that has transformed healthcare in this part of the world. So now 10 years since the opening, it has become the best hospital here in the region. And people from the region, from all over the place, come to experience the best of U.S. healthcare that is available here in the United States.
And AI is going to really take it over, right?
And AI is going to enter into the new era when this is going to get even better, scalable, and then available to people in the United States as well as here in the UAE and ultimately all over the world. And that's why the collaboration with Oracle is so important.
Two great U.S. companies benefiting, and it comes back to our country. And they're doing things like this, and even at a bigger level. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much. It's a tremendous honor to partner with the Cleveland Clinic and G42. This AI platform that we're rolling out in the United States and in Abu Dhabi here at the Cleveland Clinic is not just about making it a little bit better. It's about making things dramatically better, reinventing healthcare, reinventing the technology around healthcare, and bending the cost curve down when people get sick by knowing what's wrong with them far more quickly, and then perhaps even more importantly, keeping them from getting sick in the first place. The answer is in aggregating all this data, and again, we're just honored, and thank you, Mr. President, for all the support to make this possible.
I'm just thinking, we have a president of the United States doing this selling. Do you think Biden would be doing it? I don't think so. But it's so important. I think I have to be a cheerleader for our country. That's why our country is doing so well. And it's people like this that we appreciate it. Great job at Cleveland Clinic. Say hello to Larry. And now we'll take a look at aviation. Hello.
Has been serving the United States since 2006. And we're glad to announce that thanks to the agreement of over $24 billion worth of products and services that are coming from the USA with our partners like Boeing, RTX, and other world-class partners from the USA. One of the most important things that this is going to introduce more than $60 billion worth of GDP and create jobs of over 12,000 jobs in the USA. And we're glad with this relationship. It's been an impressive relationship that we've had and Boeing and GE. And Mr. President, we're also doubling our capacity and our fleet with Boeing from 57 to maybe 100 aircraft. Just wish that we also with Boeing so far, and it's an incredible relationship. Do you want to say something more?
Well, as you know, Mr. President, growth in this region is an element of our strategic partnerships with Etihad as well as with Emirates and Fly is incredibly important to us. We appreciate your support and leadership. We look forward to basically supporting them and doubling their fleet in the next years, both in terms of vehicles and aircraft.
Kelly's doing good. Kelly's been here for a couple of days. So very good.
Mr. President, our backbone aircraft is actually Boeing in the Etihad. And it is, Mr. President, and it tells you a lot about the relationship that we have with the U.S. companies. And our CEO also...
You buy mostly Boeing, too?
Yes, sir.
Completely Boeing?
The backbone, over 70% of Boeing.
It's just my opinion, but Boeing makes the best plane. And they've had some headaches over the last few years, but they make the best plane, and you see what's happening. And it's not the only case, but a lot of people are ordering the Boeing jets, and they're gearing up. And I think it's going to be one of the great stories. And the General Electric engine is phenomenal. The big body General Electric engine is phenomenal. So it's great to see. Thank you. So you focus on Boeing then?
Yes, sir. And
the GE engine, we're 20% less fuel, which is really important.
efficiency.
No, it's a hot engine.
So it's a very hot engine.
20% less fuel, that sounds good.
Mr. President, we
How
have
many engines will they be buying?
about 100.
And are they the biggest engines at this point?
The 307X, yes.
That's the biggest one. That's the one we're hearing about.
And it's an amazing plane. We're really excited to...
They had a breakthrough GE on engines, and their big engine is the hottest engine there is. It's through the roof. And General Electric, you talk about a comeback. General Electric has made one of the great comebacks, and it's both in healthcare and other things. But on your engine, I think that's really maybe the greatest story of them all. They came out with a way to make a better engine with 20% less fuel, and that's a tough combination. So congratulations. I was with Larry yesterday, and he's done a fantastic job.
And great customer service.
Yeah.
Which is very important for engines.
That's
so
true.
It's not only selling the engine, but keeping the engines running. So extremely important.
You can be proud of yourselves. So a tremendous investment being made in the United States by this group and this airline, and they don't need financing. That's investment. A lot of them say subject to financing. They don't say subject to financing. They have no problem. So thank you very much. What a great honor.
We're also announcing today our first flight to Charlotte.
Oh,
North Carolina.
Today in North Carolina.
That's a good place.
Yes.
It's the first airline in the Middle East to fly to Charlotte, North Carolina. So
Well, they have the PGA Championship going on there right now.
So today we open
hurry up and you get some people.
Absolutely. And also, Mr. President, the UAE has and is the only first clearance facility in Asia and Middle East. And so far we've been passing through clearance over 1 million passengers.
A lot of other people are looking for
Yes,
that.
we're very proud to have this relationship with the USA, and it really added a lot of value to our airline. And finally, Mr. President, we just signed also the naming rights of the New York City Football Club by Etihad.
Oh, good.
And we're spending over $800 million.
So where
It's in Queens.
It's right next to City
I grew up in Queens. I know the area very well.
Right next to City Field.
Oh, that's great. So they used to fix the cars. A lot of other things got fixed there. That's a great site. So how many people are there?
25,000? 25,000.
And is that primarily for soccer?
It's for soccer. And yeah, they'll do concerts there.
Will they be using that in the Olympics?
It will be available.
Yeah, because it's broad. Yeah, for some of the games.
Queens, it'll be a state-of-the-art stadium.
We have the World Cup coming.
Absolutely.
And we have World Cup coming, and we have the Olympics coming over the next couple of years. That's great.
We have another nice time for
You guys do great with this.
Thank you so much.
I know this location. See, you were born here. Yes. You picked a good location.
I think everybody wins. Everybody wins. Go get the next shot. Come on, guys. Everybody inside. Gary, position over here.
It is a big, very special project. Please go ahead.
Hey.
tariff to send it in. So you know what they're doing? They're building a big plant in the U.S. Make it in the U.S. It's amazing. You know the sad part? Whoever's next president, let's just say whoever's the next president, is going to say, what a great job they did. Look, I built all these plants, I built all these factories.
Gotta finish it fast.
Look at that. Now, can you imagine? I'll be sitting home, who the hell knows where I'll be, and I'll say, I did that, and everyone will say, but somebody's going to be cutting a ribbon, and well, we're going to be finished long before that. But somebody's going to be taking the credit for this. You remember, press. This guy did it. Go ahead. They're going to go fast. Yeah. So it's high end. This is all high end. This is premium. How do you define premium? Where do they use premium aluminum? What kind of like industries? Engines. And that's where you end with it. Chris?
What was easy for defense contractors, which is because one of the byproducts of aluminum production is a critical mineral called gallium. And gallium is incredibly important to the subsidized legislature, for instance, because it helps.
You do the Patriot.
Yes, sir.
The Patriot missile here.
And so for the range that's required, for the search area that's required, you need gallium to do that. And so what this does is a surety of supply. Yeah. Because this is done in very few places in the world, and we need to make sure that it's plentiful and available to us.
How much aluminum is used in the Patriot missile?
It's gallium, sir. That's the important part. The gallium comes from the production of aluminum. And of course, we use aluminum in our aerospace products as well, our engines. So very important all around. But gallium in particular to the incredible defense systems.
How do you define gallium? How do you define it? Gallium, most people don't know.
Yes, rare earth.
A rare earth metal.
Yes.
Now, it can come from many locations, I would imagine, right?
It can be today.
Today it is.
But for the point, China has a lot of it, so we need to make sure we continue to have access to it for our defense systems.
So we get oxide from mines, Mr. President, we've got our refineries, we produce aluminum to go into the smelter. That byproduct comes out of this. So that's something.
When will you be finished with this?
This probably in another couple of years. We already signed the MOU, and we're going to produce that. Most of that will go to the US.
We'll go for a ribbon cutting.
And incredible high-powered radars that we use to this country, our allies. Gallium is critical.
That's great. You have to find other locations.
Absolutely.
You do have to find other locations.
Yep.
Mr. President, Tulsa with the governor. Break ground over there.
It's great. It's a great place. So I won Oklahoma. They have 77 counties, and I won all 77, 3 times in a row. Second was Ronald Reagan. He won 56 of the 77. I won all 77, so you better behave. Otherwise, I tell the people not to buy your aluminum. No, it's a great company, great everything. But you see the big investment that's being made in building a massive plant, expanding and building a massive aluminum plant in Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. It's something, right? 77 out of 77. All 3 times.
Incredible.
So, great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We have one more. Thank you. Great job. Thank you. Yeah, that was just the boss. He's the boss. He one word and he could close you up.
We know each other very well.
And he has a great father, so he's good genetics. You know, right? He's my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Good luck.
The last station, Mr. President.
Okay.
So they discuss the power of collaboration. They have great institutions that brought entertainment and culture to the world. So the power of partnership is present. Starts off our culture drives our ambitions and ambitions. This is our directive to shape the future across cultures. That cultural district is a district that celebrates global culture. It is one of the greatest concentrations of cultural institutions. It consists of the president, the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi, the Sheikh Zayed National Museum, the Natural History Museum Abu Dhabi, Team Lab Phenomena, and the Abrahamic Family House.
You can see that short. Good.
Mr. President, the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi, the largest Guggenheim to date. If we take the Guggenheim in New York, Mr. President, it fits in one gallery in the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi.
So this is the Guggenheim, the largest one by far, and the famous Guggenheim in New York can fit in one gallery. And they have, how many galleries do you have?
28 galleries.
28. They have 28. Fits in one.
Designed by the great Frank Gehry.
Oh, did he do the whole?
Yes, sir.
He did all of it.
Yes, sir.
Frank Gehry is good.
Just the Guggenheim. And, Mr. President, construction will be completed by the end of this year, and we're going to be opening early next year.
Good. That's great.
Mr. President, we have a global collection, which includes some of the best American artists. As you can see, the Gilbert Stuart portrait of George Washington resides today at the Louvre Abu Dhabi. It's a phenomenal portrait. And we also have great contemporary artists.
I've been looking for that painting for the Oval Office. I'll bet you'd let me have it for a little while.
Yes, sir.
I know him very well. One word you'll let me. I'll bet if I send for it, you'll give it to me.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. President, Abu Dhabi is the greatest city of music. It's been instilled by UNESCO. We have great American partners with us here. We have Berkeley School of Music that's helped institutionalize music with our educational programs. We just hosted an Abu Dhabi International Jazz Day with Herbie Hancock. And of course, we're partnering with the Grammy, the Recording Academy, for the MENA region. Mr. President, Abu Dhabi is the home of entertainment. And to be a home of entertainment, we have partnered with some of the best U.S. partners here. Warner Brothers Abu Dhabi opened its door in 2021. At the time, it was the world's largest indoor theme park. We also opened the first Warner Brothers hotel in Abu Dhabi with great IPs like DC, the Jetsons, Flintstones, Looney Tunes, and Tom and Jerry, and others to come. We've started construction this summer of the first Harry Potter themed land. It's going to be a marvelous place, also all indoor. We also opened, Mr. President, SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, here in Abu Dhabi, and now it's become the world's largest indoor marine life theme park in the world. And of course, working with our good friends from SeaWorld, we've opened the first research and rescue center, first of its kind in the region. And now, Mr. President, it's where the magic happens. We just signed a phenomenal deal with our partners. Yes, sir. This will bring the magic of Disney to the region and beyond. This is going to be the most technologically advanced park ever built, and it's going to bring the whole new world of imagination to the region. Of course, Mr. President, we love sport, and sport entertains the world. We've also partnered with some of the best American institutions to bring that to the world. Of course, Formula One, that happens every single year in December here in Abu Dhabi. It's the last race, and it brings thousands of visitors from around the world to enjoy the race.
So that will move to this area?
It's currently on Yas Island. It's an island of entertainment that hosts theme parks and many of our sporting events.
That's a great way to get it there.
That first image, Mr. President, with the golf course, that's what he built. That's what he built.
Yes, sir. I know you're a fan of the golf courses. The golf course is designed by an American golf architect, Hal Phillips. It's one of the top 50 golf courses around the world. Of course, Mr. President, the UFC are great partners.
And everything we do, Mr. President, is about long-term partnerships. We've hosted this partnership since 2010, and we've extended it until 2029. We host several fights here in Abu Dhabi. We host a fight night, and we have a championship fight every October. We're also working currently, Mr. President, to have a center of excellence with the UFC here in Abu Dhabi.
Also, we've been investors in the UFC, Mr. President, since
And there's nobody better than being a war.
we made a lot of money with it. We do great investments.
Mr. President, Jiu-Jitsu is our national sport, and we export Jiu-Jitsu to all over the world. And predominantly, one of our biggest partners is the U.S., where we host several championships throughout U.S. cities. Last year, we hosted World Jiu-Jitsu Championships in Dallas. That's a partnership we want to grow. There's 40 events launched since 2009. Mr. President, sports. Again, we have a fantastic relationship with the National Basketball Association, where we host exhibition games every year here in Abu Dhabi. Thousands of fans from around the world experience this fantastic sport. Since we've partnered with the NBA, there has been a 50% increase in regional participation between young boys and young women. Also, Mr. President, we do sponsorship deals with the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, and Madison Square Garden. Of course, you can't go to Yas Island without being a home of entertainment. Last year, we had 111 events, 1.6 million attendees, musical events from all over the world, predominantly from amazing music artists from the United States of America. And of course, to host them moving forward, we're going to host them in this year of the week. Similar to the one that's in Vegas, that is the 2.0 version.
Similar size?
Yes, sir. 22,000.
It's a good one.
And this will be
It's bigger, I think.
This will be slightly bigger, and the technology will be slightly enhanced, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. That's amazing. These are all American companies. They're doing very well here. We work together. So it's not only the investment coming in by the hundreds of billions into our country, like you see in Oklahoma, like you see all over many of the jobs with Exxon and Boeing and so many great companies, but we work together, and the money that's made here comes back to us, and many of the contractors, I would imagine, come even for this. They come from here. Plus, a lot of the entertainment itself comes here. So it's an incredible thing. Now, here's the good news. I've been doing this for 4 days. I leave now and get onto a 42-year-old Boeing, but new ones are coming. New ones are coming. And it's been an incredible 4 days. I want to thank your family. Your family is so unbelievable, the job they've done. And your father has been really incredible. The job they've done here is incredible. And we've made it work. And, you know, they were being wooed by others. But there's no more wooing. I think we're in pretty good shape. There's no more wooing. I've been friends with these leaders, 3 leaders in particular that we saw over the last 3, 4 days, 5 days. And they're great people. They're great people, and they love our country. And we love them. So it's been a tremendous time. And now it's time to go back home. My daughter had a baby. I'm going to go back home and see that little baby. And then we get back to a lot of work. We'll see what happens with Russia and Ukraine. I think it's something that's just, we've got to stop the killing. 5,000 people a week. 5,000 young people a week on average being killed in a war that is going nowhere. It's a shame. Should have never happened. But we have other things to do also. Plus we have an Iran situation, which we're going to take care of. One way or the other, we're taking care of. It'll be taken care of 100%. It'll be done nicely or not nicely. And the not nicely is not a good thing for them. And I think we're talking to them, and I think they've come a long way. So I just want to thank, the media's been very fair, I have to say. And they realize the importance of what we've done here. And it really is, and it's an honor. And it's sort of easy for me because I know the people. I've known them. I've known your father for a lot longer than I've been in politics, because I did have another life. That was a very good life and a very successful life. But this is something that's really successful because we're doing it for 325 million people. And the United States now is the hottest country anywhere in the world. And you see that even with enlistments, military enlistments setting records. 6 months ago, you couldn't get anybody to go into the military. and so many other things. So we're just doing great. We have probably, I was saying 2 days ago, we have $10 trillion of investment, and now the 10 trillion is probably 12 or 13, I think, Scott and Howard. I think we're probably looking at 10 to, now we're looking at 13, maybe $13 trillion. These are numbers that nobody's ever, even you guys, you've never heard of numbers. These are numbers that nobody's ever heard of before.
We're not as big as the United States.
You're not. You better not be.
We punch above our weight.
You do. Yes, you do. That I agree. That's right. If you get that big, I'm going to not like you so much anymore. So I want to thank everybody. The media's been great, and we'll see you guys back in Washington D.C. See you. Even Peter's being nice today.
How's your daughter, sir? Is she well?
Say it.
You had a chance to FaceTime? You got a chance to talk
Yes,
to her?
I have spoken to her a couple of times. She's doing great. The baby's great. And we'll be seeing them very soon. Very nice. Thank you very much.
You mentioned Russia. Can we ask you a quick question on that? You said that you didn't expect him to go if you didn't go. The question might be then, when are you going to do it? Why wait?
Well, I think it's time for us to just do it. I said, they all said Putin was going and Zelensky was going, and I said, if I don't go, I guarantee Putin's not going. And he didn't go. And I understand that, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it done. We've got to get it done. 5,000 young people are being killed every single week on average, and we're going to get it done.
Were you surprised when Zelensky didn't show up either? Were you surprised when Zelensky didn't show up either?
No, he didn't show up because he heard Putin wasn't going. So
when do you think you'll meet President Putin?
As soon as we can set it up. I would actually leave here and go. I do want to see my beautiful grandson. It's his son. And we'll be doing that. But I will tell you that the world is a much safer place right now, and I think in 2 or 3 weeks we could have it be a much, much safer place. We're going to handle a couple of situations that you have here. We have some very serious situations, and we're looking at Gaza, and we got to get that taken care of. A lot of people are starving. A lot of people there's a lot of bad things going on. Okay? Thank you all very much, and in particular, I want to thank you, my friend. To get everything straight out.
You can give the five.
Thank you. We'll see you back there. We'll see you there.
Like you, we believe in thinking big and moving fast. We are proud of what we have done together and look forward to what comes next.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be with so many great business people that present from this area, from back in the United States. It's an honor to do this. It's an amazing 4-day period. I think like none other, there's something projects and I'm quoting sources that don't particularly refer me. It's not been anything like what we've done in the last 4 days. But I want to thank His Highness. I want to also thank His Highness Sheikh Taknoon for welcoming us to this beautiful, beautiful palace in their place. This gentleman, thank you. It was very exciting. I also want to recognize all of the officials here from the area, as well as the administrator, business leaders, business leaders, some of the biggest business leaders, and they've been over the last couple of days. And there's a great relationship with Saudi Arabia and Qatar and UAE. There's great friendships. I can tell you that at the top level, the relationship and friendship is really unified. Middle East, something that we haven't seen. The U.S. was absent for 4 years. We didn't really know
what we were doing for 4 years, and things were not going good. Other people were courting the Middle East, but they won't even waste their time in courting them any longer.
the people in this room have helped commence between the United States and United Arab Emirates, grow $34 billion a year, America's second highest total in the Middle East, and catching, going, but the other one's going up very quickly also. The United States has also put $19.5 billion trade surplus with UAE, and we are really thriving economically. And over the last period of time, we started it 8 years ago, the relationship. Then it was interrupted, as you know, sadly interrupted, and not much happened. Nothing happened, actually. But the relationship is now at a much higher level than it ever was, and it's going to only go in one direction because of the relationship. We have American companies, we have Exxon, Oracle, RTX, Qualcomm, and many others, too many to name. Disney, I see the new theme park is going to be incredible. Bob Iger was in my office the other day, and he was showing it to me. It's going to be incredible. But we're making great progress toward a $1.4 trillion that UAE has announced that it intends to spend in the United States over the next couple of years. Yesterday, the two countries also agreed to create a path for UAE to buy some of the world's most advanced AI semiconductors from American companies, a very big contract. This will generate billions and billions of dollars in business and accelerate the UAE's plans to become a really major player in artificial intelligence. And I read where the oil and gas and oil is great, but you're going to have equally big and maybe even bigger at some point. You'll be surpassing it with AI and other businesses. So that's a great tribute to the job you've done here. The United Arab Emirates is also making incredible strides in industries like energy, real estate, and manufacturing, and I see it just in the drive out. And when you look at this building is amazing. We were here last night in the big auditorium, and it's amazing. There's really nothing like it. The global aluminum from the Emirates has been the talk of the aluminum business. They're very big with aluminum, and now they're going to be spending a tremendous amount of money in one of my favorite places, Oklahoma, on expansion. And I say, just build your plant inside the United States and you have no tariffs. And that's exactly what they're doing. And that's what many, many companies are doing, the auto companies, all of them. There's never been anything like what's happening right now to the United States, I can tell you. Nothing. There's never been anything like it. We're at a level that no country has seen, I don't believe. We have, every time I meet, I usually increase it by about $1 trillion because we get news of another investment, but we're probably in the $12 to $13 trillion range of investments, and you can have a administration go for years and not have anything like that, and not only not that, have less than $8 trillion, and I think we're heading toward the $12 to $13 trillion between projects already announced, mostly announced, but some are going to be announced very shortly, and literally very shortly. And two things are the factor. Number one, November 5th, that was the election. We had the most successful election that, in memory, they said one of the major media sources said the most consequential election in 129 years, and that gives us a mandate. It gives us a mandate to do the right things for businesses. We can do what we want to do because there's so much incompetence shown in the last 4 years that people just don't want to have that anymore, whether it's the border where people pour into our country without being even checked or looked at. 21 million people, many of them are not the people you want. I'm going to be very nice because this is a little bit different setting, but they're not the people you want. But we now have 99.9% closed. Nobody thought that was possible. We had a very successful border the first time. I won the election the first time in 2016 because of the border. We made it very good, very fast, but now it's even at a new level because I built hundreds of miles of wall, which we didn't have in the first election because I hadn't started that yet. But we
we'll soon have a very safe country. We're getting people out. We need help from the courts. The courts are trying to think that they're taking privilege that they shouldn't have. That was not what the election was all about. The election was they want people that shouldn't be there, people that are criminals in many cases. They want them out. They want them out. We're going to get them out fast. We just reached a fantastic trade deal, as you know, with the United Kingdom, which was wonderful. And we have another big one that we just reached with China. The China deal is a very big deal. It's in the process of continuing to be formed. But they wanted to make that deal very badly. And we have, at the same time, 150 countries that want to make a deal, but you're not able to see that many countries. So at a certain point over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think Scott and Howard will be sending letters out essentially telling people, it would be very fair, but we'll be telling people what they'll be paying to do business in the United States. So essentially be paying to be doing business in the United States. I guess you could say they could appeal it, but for the most part, I think we're going to be very fair. But it's not possible to meet the number of people that want to see us. And but this was coming to UAE was very important. Coming to Saudi Arabia and Qatar was very important to me because of personal relationships that I had, maybe more than anything else. So it's been an amazing period of time. People have said very, very, I mean, I don't know, we're developing a lot of fans, but people have said they've never seen anything like's taken place over the last 4 days in terms of investment, in terms of the kind of money coming back into the United States. And all that money, the money is a nice word, but it's really jobs. We have jobs that are at a level that we very soon will not be able to, nobody can duplicate it. And people want to be our partner. They want to be investing in the United States. And they weren't doing that. They weren't happy with the United States for a pretty long period of time. So we've done something that I'm very proud of. We'll be heading back now, and I look forward to that. We'll go back to D.C. I just had a little announcement of a beautiful grandchild, a boy, Tiffany and Michael. So we're very excited about that. I look forward to that. I probably should have left yesterday, but I couldn't disappoint you. Your father would have been extremely upset with me, and you would have been more upset.
He would have understood, sir.
We had such a beautiful evening, and they planned it so beautifully. I said, I'm going to have to wait just a little bit. But the way we were treated by your family, the way we were treated by Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and others has just been so I'm very proud to be representing the United States of America. And thank you all for being here. And media, thank you very much. You've been very fair. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, at this stage, Ambassador Strong and I will moderate a discussion between our CEOs. We want you to hear directly from them. But before I yield the floor to my colleagues, on this side of the table, sir, we've assembled an all-star team for you. These are the best and brightest in the UAE. Every single one here has massive investments and interests in the United States, but more importantly, they're eager to do more. And Mr. President, as you've seen with His Highness Sheikh Tahnoon's visit to Washington, and as you've seen in the last day or so, we want to do more with the U.S. We're doubling down on our economic partnership with the U.S. This will ultimately be in the benefit of both our countries and both our people. And so with that, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. My friend Khaldoon Al-Mubarak is the Managing Director and Group CEO of Mubadala. Mubadala is one of our largest and best...